Hey, this is Nick Tressler of Raised Rowdy, and you're listening to the Gaining Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Shriver.
Welcome to the Gainin' Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Shriver, brought to you by Arlo Revolution. Each week, Aaron connects melodies and memories with fans and artists from all genres of life. When all else in life is gone, only music will be left to leave the legacy of life's adventures. Please welcome your host for the Gainin' Fast on Memphis podcast, Aaron Shriver.
If that went off without a hitch, I'm going to applaud you. Welcome, guys. Before we really get off and going, I'm gonna wait till everybody in the chat comes in. Everything sounds good. Drop where you guys are from and where you guys are listening to. If you could drop a like tonight, it'd be great too. But we're gonna test and make sure all the audio is going good. And yeah, I'm excited. All right, man. I got a fill-in tonight. So my co-host is out of town in Texas, and I'm waiting for him to hurry back, and I cannot wait. But I do have my wife filling in tonight, so it's going to be a good time. But if she gave me the thumbs up, so we're ready to go. All right. So welcome to the Gaining Fast on Memphis podcast. Here we promote inspiration, positivity, and music. Each week we connect melodies to memories with fans, artists, and motivated individuals in and around the music community. I'm your host, Aaron Shriver. Tonight we are presented by our good friends at Arlo Revolution. Cinematic wedding films, music videos, and promos. You can find them at arlorevolution.com. And then our on-screen sponsors, Art on a Higher Wire by Joel, original and custom artwork inspired by your life moments, treasured photos, and memories. Find them on Facebook. And then my good buddy, Corey Oliphant, the original church choir. I'm honored to have Corey every week just because they play such a huge spot in just launching this podcast a year ago. So we thank all of our sponsors for the continued support and growth. If you guys are out there looking for ways to support the show, our heart is our Patreon page. We talk about it weekly. Tiers start at just $1. Our current goal is still set at 100 Patreon, so we're trying to reach that. If you're looking to sponsor or advertise with the show, we have room for 2 more on-screen sponsors. You can see your logo each week, and I have it in the show notes, which is awesome as well. But yeah, if Patreon is something you can't do, anywhere you guys are watching tonight, like, share. If you're listening back on a streaming site, if you could subscribe over there, 5-star, review it, and try to join us Tuesday nights. We are live every Tuesday night. We're not slowing down. We got some good ones coming up. It's gonna be fun. Oh man, Robert. Yeah, I'm getting ready, dude. April cannot come soon enough, so I am definitely ready. So we talked a little bit. I got a backup co-host tonight. My wife is filling in over there on the soundboard. So if anything goes wrong, it is her fault tonight. So another good, cool little added bonus that we have coming up tonight. The after show is going to be free for everybody. So after we're done with the show at 8 o'clock, we sign off. 20 minutes later, we're going to be right back live on the same page right here with our after show. I want to give everybody a little sneak peek of what you guys are missing each week when we do have artists on. We do have a little quick after show where they play a few more songs. We break them down. It's a little fun. So, and our guest tonight logged off, so I have to wait for him to come back on. So, but it's all good. And then other than that, we're in the middle of the Raised Rowdy TakeOver, which is awesome. We've had last week Nick Tressler was on, which was an amazing conversation. If you guys tuned in, I had a lot of fun talking to Nick, which I knew I would. I mean, I just was excited to talk with that guy. So if you haven't heard it, go back and listen to it. Tonight's show is going to be another stellar one, and then we're going to finish off in the last 2 weeks with, man, it's going to get a little rowdy. I mean, they're going to live up to their name. So, all right. And then let's see. Other than that, I do have one other quick announcement, something that we're going to do. I saw something cool today. Yeah, there he is. He's back. You made me worried for a second, buddy, but you're good. I'll get you on in a minute. All right. So another quick thing I want to announce today. I saw it today. I shared a post on my page. If you guys are following me on Facebook, where a guy, every 1,000 downloads that he gets for his show or for his music, he plants a tree. And so I reached out today, and I actually found a place where I'm going to partner with, I'm going to become an ambassador with, and I'm going to do the same thing. So for every 1,000 downloads we get of this show, we're going to plant a tree in the name of the show somewhere across America. We're going to get a little certificate for it, but it's going to be a cool little thing. So you just watch the next couple of days coming out. We'll be talking about it a little bit more, but we are going to start doing this. Something a little cool to do and give back as we do the show, which I'm kind of excited for. But all right, guys, tonight we're going to have a good one. When Nick picked these guys to come on the show and talk and really for me to get to know, I knew a couple of them, but this guy I was really curious about because I started digging into his music, and he's from the area where I kind of started listening to some of my music, was the Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania area. And I started listening to his songwriting. I fell in love with some of it. So let's see, let's go back here. But tonight, the Raised Rowdy TakeOver continues with Styles Haury music. Styles has been jamming since the 4th grade, is not slowing down. As I started digging into Styles' music, I can see why Nick picked him for the show. So we're going to hear more about his journey to Nashville and what 2021 is going to hold for him. So we're going to bring him on. You're on that button tonight. She's doing good. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Aaron? Hey, thank you guys so much for having me here on Gaining Fast on Memphis. And
dude, I've been
the
excited
Raised
about
Rowdy
it.
team, y'all, man. Thank you. Appreciate it,
dude, Nick's doing some good things over there, man. Picking some good artists to have them out, and I love it, dude. Just be talking to you earlier today and throughout the day, man. It's been really cool, just kind of already getting to know you. But to start the show off, dude, I want to talk about your earliest music memory, dude. When you were growing up out there in Ohio, so you grew up hours outside of Cleveland, dude, which for one, you're growing up in the mecca of rock and roll music. I mean, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and all that other stuff. But what were your earliest memories at home, dude?
I would say my earliest memory from growing up with music is there was a country band that practiced in my dad's shop growing up, and that's kind of where it all started for me, man. When I heard them, I was like, you know what, that's what I want to do. And back in the 4th grade, the drummer that was in that band, him and my dad teamed up. They got me a drum kit. I actually started as a drummer, and some of the guys, we started a band. Me and some of my best friends in school, and we started a rock band, and that's what we did.
Yeah, man.
We were called Unwritten But True, and
Dude.
it was very, very funny. And actually, that one of the guitar players is still my guitar player today.
I read that today, and that's really cool because I love seeing that you guys kind of started jamming in like the 4th grade, like birthday parties, all this other stuff, just anywhere you could really play. And
Yeah.
I mean, just to have him still with you on this journey you've been on. I mean, how cool is that? I mean, especially to have a little piece of home still with you, but just I mean, he's probably your best friend.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And honestly, a lot of our team now, we've become like family. But absolutely, there's something there. His name's Danny, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Danny and
Danny.
old Danny. And yeah, we've had a lot of memories, man. And we played our first arena show with Dwight Yoakam. And that was right before COVID hit. And it was one of those pinch me moments like, man, who would have thought from, playing in the garage in Ohio to stepping out, playing an arena. It was cool, man. That's why we do it, dude.
Was the arena back in Ohio? So was it back home?
No, the arena was actually in Oklahoma. It was in Oklahoma. But before that, I would say we didn't get to the arena. We played a big amphitheater. It's in Youngstown Amphitheater with Brett Eldridge, and that was like right out the gate, one of our bigger shows. And that was another one that we were like, man, just who would have thought right here. So it was cool, man. It was cool.
One of my favorite bars was in that area. What was it? Rootstown, Ohio? Is it Dusty Armadillo?
Dusty, old Dusty.
Dude, is that the one with the tattoo parlor that was inside of it?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
There's one that I remember back in the day, church would play. There was like a tattoo parlor and a bar and a stage. I'm like, man, I'm going to get in trouble here.
Heck yeah, man. I'm definitely down with that.
It was one of the coolest places I still remember out there just going. But yeah, man. So when you first got to Nashville, you guys just went down there just to cut an EP at first, right? It's about 3 years ago. And did you already have connections in Nashville, or what kind of drove you guys, or did you say we got to do this? Like we got to this point.
That was so crazy. So my now wife, we were on Facebook doing something, and this girl needed someone to sell T-shirts. So I told her, I was like, you should go sell T-shirts. It would be cool. And at that show, I met a guy named Jacob Bryant. I don't know if you're familiar. And I talked to Jacob. I was writing songs and told him, like, I really want to do this music thing. And he's like, man, well, you got to go to Nashville. That's what you need to do. So he had given me a contact, and I took it and ran with it. And my old man helped me fund the first EP. And, we packed up. We went there. We did it and recorded it. Then we come back to Ohio. And after doing that, I realized, man, like this isn't the only thing that's going to get me there. I got to keep grinding. I got to keep pushing. And then I had met a guy named James Kelly, which we ended up becoming like best friends from Philly. And I drove from Ohio to Philly, and I wrote with Rob Snyder. I don't know if you're familiar with Rob.
Yeah.
So I wrote with Rob Snyder and James in Rob's mom's kitchen, and we wrote a song called What's on Your Mind. And we become friends. And that's that was like my first like major heartbeat to Nashville, and Rob Snyder took me under his wing, and I convinced
he started Revival too. So you got it. That's how you got involved with Revival early on, right?
Yes, man. It was so crazy, and it was cool. It was really cool, and so James had moved here. We had a lot of band members at the time, and once I said, hey, we're moving to Nashville, a lot of the guys said, unfortunately that's not for me. They went their separate ways, and but a select group of us ended up coming here and doing the thing, and away we went. Here we are.
You've been pretty prominent, like even like with your songwriting. So you've always wanted to be like the main songwriter. So you wrote everything on your first album or on your first EP, and you're still everything you're cutting now. You were writing except I know Airplane Mode. Was written by Luke Combs, a couple other people, but you kind of focus a lot on your own writing, which I like. God, I like the singer-songwriter, man, because I feel like they deliver the songs the best way. I talk about this every week, and I love looking at the liner notes and seeing that like the artist actually had a hand in these songs, because you're getting him, you're getting his life story on a lot of these, and you're really getting to know the artist. Your first song you ever wrote that you could think of, what was it about?
It was Tank Top Tan Lines.
Dude, okay.
That was the very first song, and that was the whole reason.
How old were you?
16.
Okay.
So that was the whole reason I ended up putting that whole EP out, and that's kind of was like, it was like, the very first pen to paper.
And now, dude,
and like I said before,
growth you've had since all that stuff. I mean, I like listening to your new stuff that you're putting out. Something that really caught my eye and just kind of going through this filming, or the Styles in the Wild, dude. I love the whole aspect of the outdoors. When I was watching this, you're around the bonfire hanging out, and it's the way I want to hear music. Like I love just kind of like passing the guitar around and hearing that stuff. When you're filming these things and everything, what drove you to that, dude, to make this series? Well,
the whole reason I wanted to do Styles in the Wild is because that is authentically me. That's what I like to do. If I'm not playing country music, I'm hunting or I'm fishing or I'm doing something in the outdoors. And that's kind of what I wanted to, show everybody that was what I do, that's authentically me. And with it being Styles in the Wild, like you're saying, that's kind of like how you like to hear music. Well, that is like my main thing, man, that I am one with the people. I am just like everybody else on here that's listening or watching me. I'm just like you. I'm just a regular guy from bumfuck nowhere in Ohio. You know what I mean? And No, it's like, and that's just what I wanted to do with it. Is I didn't want a bunch of crazy editing or anything. I just wanted it to be raw. And actually, Sarah from Raised Rowdy, she was one of the people holding the camera, and we were using like nothing crazy. And like we're like, oh, and some people were telling me, oh, well, I don't know if you should. I said, no, like let's just keep it raw. Let's just keep it absolutely raw, and just if it's good, if it's good, if it's bad, it's bad. You know, it's like give them organic. You know, and that was kind of that was the mindset behind it. So.
And that's why I want to bring it up and really talk about it, because let's see. We have a comment real quick. Your number one goal filming Styles and Wild was to leave my camera lenses next to the lake forever.
Oh, that's old James. That's James Kelly getting on here dropping these comments.
Yep.
Did I leave it by the lake, dude?
Well, I was gonna ask about that. Any cool experiences or any cool things that happen while you guys are out there? Of course, being a hunter and everything else, but you get to go to some really cool like places. I just kind of checking out. I know you did an acoustic tour in Alaska. I heard. Like, what drives you like out there? Like how is the Alaska music scene, dude?
Oh, I haven't been to Alaska yet. I plan.
Oh, you haven't done it?
I played in Maine.
Okay.
Colorado.
What did I hear? Was it the Raised Rowdy podcast? Somebody you were getting ready to do it? Maybe you were getting ready to do something in Alaska?
I don't know. I haven't really.
Okay.
I think we were.
Oh. Good way to freeze.
Related things in Texas.
Yeah, okay.
That was wild. You should have seen it on that picture right there. If the people would have seen the John boat that we pulled that gator on,
dude,
it was bigger than the boat. Our buddy Jeff Fees right there. That's my day manager. You see holding the flag, and then that's my wife to the right. We were absolutely shitting ourselves when the guy, this good old boy, was like, "Hey, yeah, we get out there and we pulled his first stringer up, man," and I could not believe it. I was like, "We're pulling that thing in the boat? Like, are you kidding me?" I was like, "You're crazy, dude." But anyways, it was a lot of fun. Yeah,
you've had a couple run-ins. There's another gator run-in you had. Was it the same one or
same one? Yeah, same.
Dude,
one.
that is insane, man.
Yeah,
that's why. Tell me some of these experiences you've had, like out doing these things. I've seen you gone bear hunting and all this other stuff. I've kind of dabbled in, like my relatives hunt a lot, but I've never really got out there. I want to one of these days. Just kind of love. Yeah. I love experiences, and seeing the different, like the bear. I have a buddy in Wisconsin that goes bear hunting all the time. He just tells me this wild stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if I could ever do that. I don't know if I could go hunt a bear. Like if I see a bear.
It's awesome, man. Like, here's my biggest thing. So, like, a lot of people think that, you know, you may hunt to kill or stuff like that. That's not that we seek one. You know, there's mature bears, there's mature whitetail, there's mature gators like the one you see there. That one's estimated to be anywhere from 70 to 80 years old. Which is wild. But like, anyways, where I'm getting with that is it's the love, the passion of the outdoors. When you buy a license or tag, a lot of the money that you purchase, when you purchase that tag, the money goes to conservation. So that's a huge thing. That's great. But most of all, the reason I do it, one, the love for the outdoors, but number two is from field to table, man. Like, I personally, everything I pull the trigger on, I eat, man. And that's one thing I really love. And that's something me and my wife, if anyone didn't know this, that's a big part of our life is outdoors, the fitness and the activeness that you get hunting and fishing and being out there, but then bringing the catch home, and she cooks up some awesome meals with it, and it's fun, man. That's the whole reason.
Your wildest catch so far? What's it been?
The wildest, man.
Either hunting or fishing or whatever. I mean, if anybody that knows Styles, you guys have seen some photos. Man, I was blown away on some. I think I got some of them. I don't know what.
It was probably the bear, man. Had to be the bear. This past year's bear.
Was it this one here?
No, not that one. That's the first bear me and my old man harvested together. But and my wife, she was there too, running the camera. And
so was she into hunting? Because I got my wife sitting right next to me on this right now. Was she into hunting before she met you, or? No,
she was never against it, but she was not into it. But she was never against it. And once I got her a bow, she ended up getting a full setup compound bow and got into shooting. And then I think the biggest thing I would say for anybody getting into hunting is when you go out there, it's truthfully not about going out there to just kill. You're going out there watching these other animals. I pass on so many deer. We're seeking one. We're putting out the trail cameras. You see this monster buck on camera, and You
You're
hunt
studying,
all year for a couple evenings to be able to get it done. And when you do, then taking it from field to table. And it's the reason you practice all year. The reason these guys are shooting the targets all year is to put an ethical shot on it. So there's no suffering. There's nothing like that. It's sportsmanship that comes with it. And
It's
I
not
think
a farm.
going that route with my wife, I think that's what got her into it so much, because it's not, it's about respecting the animals, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And like I said, the field to table thing. So I think that's what got her hook, line, and sinker, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, because I love the field to table, because we go to a farm in Indiana every now and then, and they do the farm to table ideas and the restaurant right there, and that's some of the best stuff ever. I'm like, it's cool, man. And I like that you said that about the whole hunting too, because everybody, and you know how people think about hunting and everything, but dude, it's not more than just a game. I mean, it's definitely like what you're saying. I love it. Like,
dude, and the crazy thing is too, like, people go to the grocery store and they pick something off the shelf. That animal was killed at some point to be able to put that food on your table. Unfortunately, it's just the same concept. And the way I look at it is, hey, if I can know what I'm eating and put my money towards conservation and not towards these giant factories of whatever process it is to get that many chickens or cattle in the store, hey, I'm for it.
Hell yeah, man. All right, yeah, we got a couple guys sharing some comments real quick. All right, if you guys have any comments, or questions for Styles, go ahead and drop them in the chat. We will ask them before we move on to our next segment. Let's see. Go ahead and get these next pictures.
Dude, look at that hat.
Greg's a former guest of the show too, man. I had him on a couple months ago. Hell of a guy, dude.
He is awesome. We become like family, man. I love that dude.
Something I learned about Craig when I talked to him in December was anybody in his circle, it seems like, is part of his family. And I just love that about the guy. Like, he kind of holds everybody in his circle really close.
Absolutely, man. I think you said it best with family, man.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something that was right. I mean, you and I kind of talked a little bit about becoming a dad and everything, but right around the time I think I became a dad, I saw him in Wisconsin. We talked a little bit about like Family Man and a couple other songs. It was one of the coolest conversations ever. I'm like, I gotta have him on the show now.
Absolutely, man. The one thing this is one thing I really love about Craig, man, is one, a great guy, but number two is that dude can sing. It ain't nothing, he gets it on the record and he sounds awesome. But honestly, I prefer him acoustic.
It works hard too, man.
Acoustic guitar, bare bones. I mean, he slays it. I mean, absolutely. Just a phenomenal singer, man.
Best way to listen to a song sometimes. So speaking of different songs and like meetings, a couple of songs, Know That Guy and Busy Man, are two ones. We're gonna hear Busy Man a little bit later, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on the after show, which if anybody that's tuning in now, it is free for everybody tonight. We're gonna do it live on the main page 20 minutes after the show ends. So definitely tune in back in for our after show. We'll talk a little bit more about Busy Man. But I want to talk about Know That Guy and just where that song came from, dude, because it really is cool, and something that I've kind of gone through the last couple of years is I got to quit drinking and just kind of really want to change the way I was doing things. And it's like, I still know the guy that I was. I just don't want to be that guy again. And I learned from it. But for you, where did that song come from? It was definitely one song.
Man, it's so funny. It's exactly, and I'm glad that you take it that way, man, because so first I'll tell you who I wrote it with, because a lot of these songs that you're hearing, I didn't write them all by myself, and I damn sure won't take the credit. There's a lot of people don't know this. There's artists out there, but there's songwriters as well. And when you're in a room writing a song, or any songs you hear on the radio, 9 times out of 10 they're written with multiple songwriters, and those songwriters are badasses. And there's a lot of guys that have written a lot of the songs. There's like multiple guys that have written a lot of the songs that you hear on the radio, like multiple of those songs, the same guys, which is cool. Anyways, so I don't even know that guy, was written with me, Rob Snyder, James Kelly. Again, my buddy James. Like I said, we've been writing. He's like on a lot of my stuff. James Kelly and Rob Snyder, James Kelly, and Jeremy Bussey. So I had the title originally, and I was telling James, I was like, it was actually, this may sound really weird and bizarre, but I'm gonna shoot anyways. I just got out of the shower and I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I was just thinking about, like, when the hell was I able to grow a beard? Like, what happened? what the hell happened? Like, I know that sounds crazy. Like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But it's like, you ever like just have a moment when you're just nobody's around you and you're just thinking, you're like, you're just reflecting back. Wow, I don't, and like looking at myself, like, I don't even, what happened to the younger version of myself. And then I went back and started looking at high school photos and stuff and going like, damn, like that feels like yesterday, but now here we are like years later, it's like, it just goes by so quick. And it's like, man, I don't even know that guy because I've changed so much. Different chapter in your life.
Yep.
Every 10 years, you open a new chapter and you become a different version of yourself. And that is what that song was about. And I took that. You should have heard like a lot of the different mock-ups we had of this song. Like the song was going totally one direction. Actually, there was a homeless guy in the song at one point. We took him,
wow.
but it's actually a good homeless guy.
Yeah.
A homeless guy that stands down in the corner of Music Row selling papers, like he's giving smiles out for free. That was like one of the lines that we had in there. Ended up ditching
Nice,
it. And no, it's just that song took so many different avenues, and it ended up.
I love the evolution of songs too. How they start at one point and
it's awesome,
dude. Because always when you, like you say, you get the different hands in there, you get the different experiences. And even like if you had an experience, you look at the other songwriter, they might have had something similar, and you guys put that together. And bam.
Well, and it's funny because like I had the title, James and Rob come up with the melody, and end up hashing out a lot of the lyrical, chorus stuff with me. And then we brought Bussy in, and when we brought him in, he's like, dude, all right, we need to make this entire song. The entire song is just about a guy and his girl. And the first opening line kind of feels weird just sitting here flipping through all my wild hair years. It's a guy and a girl looking through photos of who he used to be. That's the entire, that's the message of the song right there.
Yep.
Him and his girl looking through a photo album, who he is now versus who he was. He doesn't recognize that guy anymore.
And that's awesome. It's just because it's cool because like when I was talking about, like I lost like 80 pounds, and like if I look at old pictures of my wife, and I was like, that was who I was, and like I hear that song, I love it because
it was absolutely.
That out.
It's kind of like this. When I seen the photo on the Gainin Fest on Memphis, I see that photo of me. I'm like, damn, look at that photo from my kindergarten.
Yeah, that's who you were. Now that's who you become, man. That's who you've grown
so
into.
funny.
I love
it, though, dude. And that song fits perfect with that. So I love it.
So when you sit down and write songs, especially when you write songs that have like meaning or that you it's kind of connected with like certain fans, are they coming more like from your personal experiences, like when you're throwing them into your music, or is it kind of just, like you said, kind of collective? But do you kind of want to put more your personal into these songs, or more of kind of what you're witnessed in life?
So I would say, so there's when I go into a room here in Nashville, like if I go in with there's two ways, I'm going in. And with the guys we're writing, it's if we're going in to write together and I say, hey, if we're writing for me, then it's got to be relatable for me, and I want to sing authentic music. But I told them I'm always down to write whatever, let the best song win. But if we're going for me today, then this is kind of the avenue I needed to go.
Okay.
If we're not, let's write it the best song, and we'll pitch it, and then that's pitching what we write songs, and then we try to get another artist to cut it, which I'm all about. Actually, I currently have a song, Man That Didn't Know Nothing, is on hold with John Party right now. So,
nice.
I'm not only writing music for myself, but also writing it for other artists. But that's a great question, man. And like, absolutely, it's especially this new album I'm working on called Love and War, which a lot of people don't know that yet. But the songs, meat on the bone songs that are 100% authentic. I mean, that's the biggest thing for me lately, because I truly started to feel like I started gaining the most traction and the most speed here in town and with the people when I was nothing but myself, nothing but real, because I truly believe like this is the truth. I mean, when I was the guy sitting here talking on podcasts and playing music, I was the guy on the other end of the radio, sitting in my truck when I was going to my pipe fitting job when I was in the 669 Traveling Pipe Fitting Union, which was ball busting work. And it's and for everybody out there that's doing blue collar work, hats off to you. Y'all are the backbone to America. And I also like to say this too, to all our veterans and all the military. Thank you guys for your service. We love you guys. Seriously, hats off to you. But no, when I was on the other side of the radio, sitting in my truck, man, like people know, like I knew, like you can just tell, like they want authenticity, man. They want the real. They don't want no bullshit.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. And yeah, that's, I mean, being where I come from, I'm a fan. From day one, I'll always be a fan, and that's why I started this podcast and why I want to promote just stuff I'm a fan of, and that's what I love, dude. I love where I can put myself in a song and I can relate to it. And I mean, I still like the songs where you just let loose and have a good time, but you still put yourself in it. And the feel good songs are always the good ones where like, damn, this guy got into under my skin. He knows what the hell is going on in my life, because you guys are living the same shit, man. We are. So, which I love. But let's see. Skip around. All right, one more thing, dude. I want to bring up talking about songwriting projects. You wrote with some cool people, but you did a Christmas album, dude. I want you to talk about this Christmas album because
Oh.
this thing is awesome. I've listened to some of it today, just messing with it, and just to do a fun, like out of the world, out of the box Christmas album just had to be cool, dude. So you gotta tell me a little bit about this.
Honestly, so what was really funny, man, is so with the Christmas album, I think the first what started it all was me and James Kelly. We were one of our first trips to Nashville. Again, he would drive from Philly, and then he would drive from Philly to Ohio, and then we go from Ohio to Nashville together. We got down here during Christmas time. I think it was it's been a while now, but whenever I was recording Getaway and I named her after you and that stuff,
Yeah.
we're looking at all the Christmas lights. We're like, dude, we need to write a Christmas song or something. And I'm like, what? Like Hunting Rudolph or something? Like, because I'm like, dude, like I ain't writing no Christmas music. Like, what are you talking about? Like at that point, it just kind of seemed like off the wall. Well, fast forward a little bit, we ended up writing Hunting Rudolph, and we put it out on Facebook, and it got like 500,000 views. And I was like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, I'm gonna be the guy that's known for the Christmas song. Like, damn, are you kidding? So, anyways, that just corresponded to like, bro, what if we just actually, what if we do this? Let's do this. Let's make a Christmas EP, but instead of Jingle Bells and the same old stuff, let's countrify it a little bit. Let's countrify redneck hunting, fish, and take it that realm. And boom! Next thing you know, we were actually recording these Christmas songs in July, dude. I was lighting like Christmas candles and like trying to get in festivity. I'm like, man, how do you sing Christmas songs in July? But that's when you got to record them to get them set up by Christmas time and ship them out, the whole nine thing, and whatever. Dude, we're just like it was crazy. Me and Kelly and actually, honestly, me and James Kelly came up with all the Christmas titles. I mean, we wrote every single one of them with a couple other people. Actually, our buddy Alex, the owner of this company, we wrote Santa's Gone Fishing with. We brought him in. He was all fired up, and he ended up writing with us. And it was cool because the owner of this company, Steelhead, he used to write songs in Nashville and stuff. Then he went and moved back to Oregon, Pacific Northwest. He's way out there now compared to where we're at. And it was awesome because it let him connect back into it.
Yeah, dude, that is awesome. Well, and speaking of that, you actually have a merch run with Steelhead too, right? With that,
yeah, man, absolutely. So, yes, we do.
You guys look in the show notes in the description. You guys get the link. But I was looking at that, and you guys some really cool stuff. How did that partnership come up, man?
Sorry, I keep looking back at all these photos, man. I think almost every photo you pulled up is from like 5 years ago.
I like to show the journey, man.
I know, I love it. But it's just crazy. I think I keep looking at it because it's like, man,
it brings back memories, man. Probably brings back some stories too.
Well, and there's only one out of this last photo over down here on the left, the Zach on the far left, not far left, one from left, with the afro. He is the only guy left out of all those guys. Those guys are all part of the past now. Like I said, they had dipped out, and it's crazy to look back on photos like that when
So this was the garage you guys used to practice in, right? Or you guys?
That's not my dad's garage. That was that was not when we were young, but that was like right at the beginning before I had moved to Nashville.
Nice.
That's where that point was, and it was actually our buddy, our bass player. That was his like attic, like party room upstairs.
It looks like a killer space, dude. Yeah. Like a practice space and stuff. I'm like, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's our buddy's attic. And then that's a relevant photo right there. That was Hawks K. That's cool. I'm sorry, man. I get distracted.
It's all good. It's all good, man. Yeah, I like showing different photos. One I showed earlier that we kind of wanted to go into. She's That Kind of Beautiful video, dude. Talk about that because that was your wedding, right?
That was my wedding. That absolutely was 100% authentic. And actually, what's really funny is, so my wife and everybody at the wedding had thought that so my bass player does film with us. He does our music videos. He does all that stuff. And we're here. Look at this, Matt Salzman, old Salzman. Just glad you made the move. Told you so. That guy was actually my science teacher in North Carolina in junior high. We're still buddies. We still hunt together. We still do the thing. We're still very close. And it's just funny. Like he's just saying stuff like that because that's funny, man. It's just funny. Because half my childhood I did live in Richlands, North Carolina.
Nice,
Mom and dad moved me out there. We moved back to Ohio.
It's something in the water out there. That's what it is, dude. I've had nothing but North Carolina, South Carolina artists that have came through this podcast, and it's always, and even if they're not from there, they have ties there. It's just the oddest.
It's wild.
It's water out there, dude. The Carolinas is crazy.
Sorry, like I said, you'll notice I'll be all over this damn board as I see pictures and stuff. Just a lot of info, a lot of story, a lot of.
So the video for your wedding, you just put together, and they didn't know they were being filmed, or
no. So everybody. So here's what's really cool, man. So actually, like I said, my bass player now, Sean Dorr, he runs a film company when he's not playing bass for me called Just Creative, and he does music videos, stuff like that. Well, I told him, like, hey, let's tell everybody you're just taking photos and just let's be recording the music video for the song. To fast forward a little bit, we got the video done. You should have seen everybody's reaction. They had no clue that they were being recorded until we put it out, and they were like, are you kidding me? Like, so it was cool. I got to surprise my wife with that, and She's That Kind of Beautiful I wrote with Jeremy Bussey and Heath Sanders, another artist here, signed a big machine in Nashville. That was, my wife had no clue. She had never heard the song until our first dance, which was really cool. And I put a lot of heart and soul into that. And those guys really helped me bring it together because it was tough. That one took a while. That took a while to find that song that I felt like, one, is really truly how I feel about my wife, but also a song that I know that a lot of other guys out there will go, that's my wife too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you got to have that where they're going to relate, like I said, me and the people, me and the fans, me and everybody else out there that's watching, we are one together. I feel like I said, I am truly one of you. And that's what I think about when I'm putting out this music, when I'm releasing music, when I'm doing stuff like that, man.
So when I was kind of looking at this, your wife started off just kind of like helping you out, right? Is that how you guys met? I want to know how you guys met. I want to know the story.
Okay, so we
wrap up, move on.
We met at the gym, working out. Right. We both work out like really late, and we just started hanging out. And I don't know, I think it took about a week, and she moved in. She told her mom she was moving in, and
good thing she liked music though.
I was not. Actually, I wasn't even playing music at that
time. Really? All right.
I was just cutting grass and pipe fitting. I was playing music, but like not seriously, not like none of that. Like she's been with me through it all, honestly. And I do have to say this: if it wasn't for my family, my friends, and especially my wife, I wouldn't be where I am. I mean, she's definitely between, like I said, my family and my wife. She's the glue that keeps it all. Seriously, that dude, I would not be here talking to you, playing music for a living if it wasn't for her. And I wasn't playing music when I met her either.
Dude, that's amazing with all that. And you guys have an amazing story coming in April, or a bundle of joy coming in April, everybody calls.
Absolutely.
And you know what you're having yet? Is it a boy or girl?
It's a girl, and her name is River Eve.
Oh, great. You guys are excited. It's your first, right?
This is my first.
Dude. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, dude. Life's gonna change for the better. You're gonna love it. And it's, when I saw this photo, I was like, it's gonna be soon, man. he's gonna be ready. So other than being a new dad in 2021, and you dropped the album earlier, but what else you're working on for 2021, or where are you hoping to get out and about and start playing some shows, or what are you looking forward to?
To be honest, man, I would say, like you said, I'm definitely looking forward to becoming a dad here in 2021. I'm looking forward to diving in and really continuously writing the best songs that I can. I recently, I think I told you, which we haven't announced yet, but for everybody listening to the podcast, I've teamed up with old Warner Brothers here in Nashville and Warner Chapel, and I'm excited to see where those relationships go. I'm just excited to see what shows we can do with the times that we're living in. And create more content, man. And and I'm excited for the hunting season, dude. I mean, I can't stop thinking about it. I mean, I got this Spy Point app here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We got notifications right now from Spy Point. Deer cameras going off. I mean, it keeps me going, dude. And,
You wild up, man.
so yeah, dude, just like the team ups with the companies and merch, and I'm starting a brand new apparel line with the owner of Steelhead Gear and my day manager, Jeff Fees. We're starting a brand new company called Last Arrow Apparel, which is going to hopefully launch in 8 months. We've been working hard at that. Just stuff like, yeah, just we're working on.
It's cool because you got kind of during the pandemic. I've noticed like a lot of different artists have looked at other ventures of where can we plug and play, kind of where like throw our music in with something else. I love to see what's came out of it, and I mean, there's another story that came out of it. It's awesome, dude.
Yeah, man. Honestly, for me, it's in a nutshell, it's focusing on the songs, focusing on creating the content and the music. But number one is my family. You know, focusing on spending time with my wife and my newborn baby, and really not staying so busy, man.
Hell yeah, which we'll talk about that in a minute. Sure. We're gonna take 20 seconds real quick. I gotta play a quick sponsor audio, and then we're gonna move on to a couple of questions that I kind of drew from some cards. So hang tight. Let me pay some bills real quick.
This episode is powered by Pod Decks. Pod Decks are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you're a new podcaster or existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience and have more meaningful conversations, you're going to want to check out Pod Decks. Now, if you want to get 10% off your order right now, you can go to poddex.com and type in coupon code. What's the code?
Fast on Memphis.
Yes, that's the code. Check out poddex.com. Take your podcast to the next level.
Feels weird hearing JC say that with him not sitting here. All right, man. So yeah, I kind of partnered up with so it's kind of like Cards Against Humanity, but it's different interview questions for podcasters. So tonight I grabbed 2 cards out. The first one was and the question I want to ask is, what current artist is inspiring you the most right now, and what about them is inspiring you to other than just their music? Like who's inspiring you on a music level, and who's inspiring you kind of which peer of yours on a personal level too?
I would say the same one artist that inspired me since I've been a kid, man, and that's Kenny Chesney. I know a lot of people go, "Oh my gosh, like what?" And so my two favorites of all time is Kenny Chesney and AC/DC. Those are my 2 favorite bands ever, man.
What's your favorite Chesney song? I'm just kind of curious.
Huh?
Your favorite Chesney song? What is it? If you had to pick one.
Man, probably. So I write with both of these guys that wrote these songs, and I think that's why they're my favorite. Casey Beathard, "Don't Blink," or "Woman with You." That the house I'm in right now. This is crazy. That song was written here.
Wow. Okay.
So I know it sounds crazy. David Frazier, who's turned into like a second grandfather to me. He wrote "Believing Most People Are Good," "Drinking Class," and "Woman with You." And I didn't know that when I started renting the house from him that I'm in right now. And it's all come full circle now, because now, you know, with things progressing and stuff, we're looking to buy our first home. And the first home we're looking to buy, this is not for sure, don't quote me on this, we're still looking, but we're in talks with David of buying the house, because he lives right next door, and then I would rent this house. Well, then he had, purchased another home that on the lake, and long story short, that house isn't really looking like he needs it anymore. So we're in the talks of, running to the bank and doing the thing, and it's a big stepping stone for us, but it's just so weird, the universe, how it all comes together. And I met David at Warner, which now I'm at, which is so weird, man. It's just like how it all comes together. So
full circle moment, man.
And full circle moment. And then to hear, meeting David, hearing behind the song "Woman with You," and then he wrote all the lyrics out to that song. And my mother-in-law, my wife's mom, is the biggest Chesney fan on the planet, man. Probably even bigger than me. I don't know. Maybe Jess, if you're listening, I think I'm a bigger Chesney fan. But no, we presented her because her mom did so much for our wedding. We presented her with the lyrics at the wedding. It was awesome, like handwritten from the guy that penned it himself. Man, it was so cool. So like, yeah, I would say "Woman with You" and "Don't Blink," and I write with both of those guys. And getting so close to the guys that write those songs, man, it makes me love it even more. And everybody that I meet that's close to Chesney and in their camp is that he lives up to to who he is, man. And one thing, that's why I'm so influenced by Kenny Chesney, is because one, I love his music, and I think he's him and Buddy Cannon are awesome at picking songs to get to the people, but also the way he is with the fans, he believes he is one of them. He is one of them. That's what I am so inspired by, is the way that he connects with the people and his fans, and knowing who he is. I
love his shows, man. I love his shows are just phenomenal. But out of all that whole story, man, I'm kind of intrigued, because you're saying you're working with Casey Beathard, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys are working on, dude, because that's one of my I'm wearing a Tucker shirt right now, but Casey's one of my all-time favorites, dude. So I'm sure you guys are working on some good shit.
Yeah, actually, so me, David, Mitch Oglesby, 2 days ago, we wrote the title track to my new album, Love and War. And
nice.
You wait. Just y'all wait. I'm telling you, these next 12 songs that we've penned over the last few years, like even One Beer at a Time is like almost 2 years old.
Yep.
I just put it out, but it's almost 2 years old since I wrote that. And I've just been really piling up the songs. And these next 12 songs in this album, I really think are meat on the bone. I think people are going to dig it, man. I really do. I hope, because I put everything I got into them.
So my all-time favorite Chesney is "Grandpa Told Me So," dude. I still to this day, I love that song, old school Chesney, and
yeah.
I think I still have like an old 45 of that.
Wow,
one, dude. Yeah, it's after I lost my grandfather, that was a song that I kind of just went towards, and I've always loved that song. But yeah, dude. Our second question though is, if you could go back to the 4th grade, sit down with your younger self for 5 minutes, what are you telling Styles in the 4th grade, man? Like, what are you telling that kid that's just joining the band that now? What do you want to deliver? What message?
I would say just, and it's funny thinking about that, man, like with all the songs and as much as we reflect back on it, because that's how the writing is, man. It's like, I'm a thinker, man. I think a lot, I'm a communicator, I'm a thinker. And that's why I channel, like as a kid, I had so much energy, man. I mean, ask a lot of the people on here that know me in Salzman, my science teacher. He knows I was, I don't know, nuttier than a squirrel turd. That's all I can say. And that energy, I finally channeled it. And I would say, if I could go back to being a kid, I would just tell my younger self to just don't let the dream die. Keep chase the music, do what you love, do what you love, and don't worry about growing up so fast. Don't worry about growing up. You will look back on it. And I know, and I still remember, thinking about, oh, I can't wait till I do this. I can't wait till I do that. And now I'm finally at a point at 26 that I'm just like, I want to slow it down now. I have officially learned to live in the moment. And seriously, man, I am always working hard, but I never allow worrying about my future to affect the now, Mm-hmm. And I would say that's what I wish I would have known then, that, as a kid, is getting better is at living in the now and not the later.
Exactly, man. Take every day and just enjoy it, man, how you're going. I love those answers, dude. Awesome. So we're gonna move on to our next quick segment. It's called Hot Seat. It's gonna be quick, 10 quick, 60 seconds answer or question. Sorry, I don't know why I got all tongue tied there for a second. So we're gonna go. First cassette tape you ever owned?
I think Back in Black.
What's your hometown famous for?
Frog Jump.
Ooh, what poster was on your bedroom wall in middle school?
Thunderstruck, AC/DC.
What's the strangest thing you've ever seen in the middle of the road?
I don't know. A woman? A homeless woman?
I need to start writing down all these answers. What are you superstitious about?
Superstitious about? I don't even know. I don't know.
I need to take that one out because that's not a 60-second question.
Superstitious about. I don't know, man. I guess I'm always worried about like bad karma. I guess like, like if I do something wrong, I immediately like, I don't know. I just have a guilty conscience, dude.
All right. What's one thing people buy that you think is a waste of money?
Starbucks coffee.
Oh yeah, the best Wi-Fi name you've ever seen.
FBI van.
There you go.
Or whatever those guys that do that.
So your first band T-shirt you ever owned?
My first what?
Your first band or concert T-shirt you ever owned?
Oh, it was Alan Jackson. It was my dad's that was given to me. It was an Alan Jackson T-shirt. I think it had a hoochie on it.
The oddest job you've ever taken to earn $1.
Oh God. Golly.
I had press
Security.
on. Yours can't be bad.
Oh, dude. I would say security at the Medina Hospital putting the dead bodies in the morgue.
Ooh.
Terrible.
It's a nerd.
Absolutely
You just
terrible.
cringed on that one.
I know. Honestly, seriously, that changed me.
And then the last one, an item that's still on your bucket list, maybe something you want to do, see a venue you want to play.
Shoot a drop time buck.
Oh, okay. There we go. I like
I was saying,
yeah.
I don't know. And I don't know. I guess ring the number 1 bell.
Hell yeah, dude. You'll get there, dude. I mean, just hearing what you're doing, you'll get there. I mean, that's going to happen. So
I know people are on here laughing like, shoot a drop time buck, really? I'm
got
yelling good. Like, come on.
playing some Family Feud over here.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shoot an elk, man. That'd be insane, dude.
Come on, man. Shoot an elk. That is a damn bucket list, dude.
So we're gonna move on. We're running a little over tonight, which is all right. But we got a couple songs coming up for you guys. The first one, of course, She's That Kind of Beautiful. Just tell me a little bit more about this song. So we talked about it briefly, but you wrote this about your wife. Tell me like her reaction when she first heard this. Like, I want to know about that since we didn't really talk about that.
I mean, when she first heard it, we were dancing as husband and wife for the first time, and it was just very emotional, man. It was very emotional, and everybody at the wedding was there wasn't a like my day manager Jeff said, there wasn't a dry eye in the place, including myself. I kept it together for a while till I seen her grandparents crying and my mom crying, everybody crying. I was like, oh God.
Now, did you ever think at any point that you guys were dancing? It played out like audio. Did you ever think about playing it like at the wedding, or did you always want to say, "This is what we're going to dance to. This is the song I want to dance to"?
I did play it afterwards again to let everybody else and their wives dance to it, but no, I don't know. I didn't want to take away from the specialness of me dancing with her. Like, I could play the music, but for once in my life, just forget, even though the music was playing, but forget about the guitar, forget about that. I want to be in this moment. I don't want anything else messing this up. Like this is our moment, Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did you think at any point that it ever got spoiled that she knew you were writing this song?
Actually, she did know I was writing a song.
Okay.
Because I had to tell her, like, hey, we're going to be dancing to George Strait. I said, what? Come on. Fine, Kenny Chesney. I'm like, listen, just let me handle that. Let me handle that. I'll handle that one. Okay. And then I think my producer and my guitar players, and my guitar player, Zach and Dan, when we were all working on it, like, dude, like, we got it. And we took some videos. There's somewhere in my phone, like, of us recording, like, we were in the studio. We're like, you're gonna be so shocked when you listen to it. It was fun.
That's awesome. Well, guys, here's dude. She's That Kind of Beautiful. I cannot wait. I'll give it away, man.
All right, let me adjust this thing here. Just imagine them Blue Ridge Mountains with a storm rolling in. My grandma's front porch flowers back when you was a kid. All those summer sunsets all rolled into one. If you can picture that, just getting started, son. She's that kind of beautiful that takes your breath away. Every color of forever the guy could ever paint. Yeah, she's everything that's perfect. What kills me the most is she's that kind of beautiful. She don't even know. You ever had a whippoorwill sing you to sleep? You ever saw a Tennessee fall from 30,000 feet? You ever wonder what it's like to walk down those streets of gold? Look an angel in the eye, well, now you're getting close. 'Cause she's that kind of beautiful that takes your breath away. Every color of forever the guy could ever paint. Yes, she's everything that's perfect, but what kills me the most is she's that kind of beautiful. She don't even know. She's every melody, every line, every word, to every favorite song I've ever heard. She's that kind of beautiful that takes your breath away. Every color of forever the guy could ever paint. Yes, she's everything that's perfect, but what kills me the most is she's that kind of beautiful. She's that kind of beautiful. She don't even know. Yeah, she don't even know. Yeah, no, you don't. Yeah, you don't even know. Yeah, you don't even know.
Dude, I think you would make me cry at your wedding on that one. That was awesome, dude. What do you think of that one? Huh? My wife's over there like, yeah. That was really good, man. I love that. And I love just hearing that song now just stripped down like that. I mean, I've heard the YouTube version and everything else, but just hearing it stripped down and hearing it raw like that, dude, I loved hearing that.
Well, now you know the story, man. Now
yeah.
And hopefully everybody else on here too. Now you know me.
Well, you got a request too. Whenever Steve gets married, he wants you to play that for him.
Hey, all you got to do is, it's Steve, you know me. Just FaceTime me.
There you
I'll
go.
sing you a lullaby, buddy.
So you just sleep at night. So airplane mode, man. Before we wrap up, what made you want this song or cut this song? How did it come to be? You get this song because it's one that you didn't write, but of course. There we go. You're back.
All right. Well, hang on. Let me check. Dude, I got full Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I don't know what. It's probably on my end. I got like 2 bars over. Or I don't know what happened.
All right, we good?
We're good,
Okay.
yeah, we're good.
How did airplane mode come to be, and how did
Yeah. So how did you? So it's one that you didn't write, and how did you end up grabbing it, or did you want it? Did you hear it? Just how did you find this song?
So
Or did it find you?
I was going to the gym with Rob Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
We were in putting Big Rob in my little Mazda stick shift grocery getter, dude. He gets down there and we ended up driving. It was when I was living in West Nashville. We were going to Gold's Gym to work out, and he put me on his gym membership to work out with him and be workout buddies, whatever. And he played me the song. I was like, man, listen, I wrote the song with Luke, and me and Brian Carper and Luke wrote it, and I ain't heard nothing on it, and you should cut it. And he played it for me, and I think it was just when we had gotten back from Island Revival in the Keys up from Florida for the Songwriters Festival. And I was already in this island vibe, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'll cut that song, dude. I'm like, I love that. And he ended up running up the flagpole, and everyone checked off on it. All the writers checked off on it, and away we went. And
yeah, man.
Here we are.
Dude. I love. So what does this song for you? I mean, did you ever take on like a personal side to it? I mean, tell me a little bit more about this song for you. I mean, you're making it yours.
Yeah, man. It was like, it's just for me. It's the reason I like the song is because it's like how I felt every time I go down to the Florida Keys. I feel like I just unplug,
Right.
and I felt like I was going airplane mode, and I was like, man, I love how they took
The take on,
you know,
yeah.
you put your phone on airplane mode, you put yourself on airplane mode. I'm like, damn, I relate to that 100%. I think they wrote the shit out of it, and I was like, hey, best song wins. Here we go. I'm down.
Hell yeah, man. All right, well, here you guys go. Airplane mode. Can't wait to hear it, man.
That ticking tock alarm clock, I'm awake. Hell, it ain't even gone off yet. 1,000 thoughts pacing, to-do list already racing through my head. 'Cause I think today I'm gonna say the hell with it. Fly away for the day, try to forget. One flip of that switch, be off this grid for a while. If you call, I won't be around. Taking off with my feet on the ground. Kicking it 30,000 feet up, drinking margaritas, getting high with my head in the clouds, sitting poolside, laying low, going airplane mode. Unplugging my mind, getting baked, telling time with the sunshine. Wi-Fi ain't gonna make a signal phase past the pavement, that's alright. So I think today I'm gonna say the hell with it. Fly away for the day, try to forget. Let nobody but me get a hold of me for a while. If you call, I won't be around. Taking off with my feet on the ground. Kicking it 30,000 feet up, drinking margaritas, getting high with my head in the clouds, sitting poolside, laying low, going airplane mode. And the longer I shut it down, there ain't no reason I need to be found. So if you call, I won't be around. Picking off with my feet on the ground. Kicking it 30,000 feet up, drinking margaritas, getting high with my head in the clouds, sitting poolside, laying low, going airplane mode. Yeah, I'll be sitting poolside, just laying low, going airplane mode. I'm going airplane mode. I'm going airplane mode.
Dude, I love that one, man. Oh God, I love that song. I gotta get you hooked. You're talking about Key West, and I picture myself at Key West this summer. I gotta get you hooked up with a guy that he has a bar up by me called Blarney Island, dude. And they call it the Key West of the Midwest. Rob Hardman is his name, but a lot of like Lewis Bryce, a lot of singer-songwriters from that plays up there, dude.
Come on, set it up,
dude,
let's go.
It's island in the middle of nowhere outside of between Chicago and Milwaukee, and it's badass. But I would love to get you hooked up with that one day, because hearing that song out there, dude, because that's airplane mode out there. You get on this pontoon, you head out to this island, and you're going on airplane mode on your way out to this island, dude. And that's what it was taking me there while I was listening to that. So Dude, I appreciate you spending so much time with me tonight. Go ahead and take yourself 15 minutes or so. We'll bring you back on for the after show. And then, dude, we'll wrap it up. But thank you so much for joining the show tonight. Any final thoughts or any final words you want to share with everybody watching tonight before you sign off?
Yeah, well, first off, I'd like to say thank you so much again, Aaron. And if y'all are listening, we're on Gainin' Fast on Memphis. It's a podcast with Aaron Shriver. Thank you guys for having me. And most of all, thank you, the people watching, the people streaming the music. Once again, we are one. Thank you.
Hell yeah, man. It's awesome to have and meet different artists every week. And dude, this time was phenomenal. Be able to sit down and talk with you. But yeah, go ahead, grab you a drink, grab you a breather, and we'll get back in about 15 minutes and play a few more.
All right, man.
We'll talk soon. All right, guys. That was another awesome chat, dude. I had a great time chatting up with him. Dude, that was so much fun. Like, this guy, I think, is going to be... He kind of announced something. So I don't know if you guys heard. He just signed with Warner Chappell, which is huge. He is working on another record, guys. This guy is on the path of being phenomenal. So I think he did pretty good tonight on the board over there. You're a little frozen up. She's like, ah. I see JC is kind of just turning off airplane mode. He's in the chat. So welcome back. I'm sure you and I will be chatting soon. I'd love to hear about the entire trip, dude. I hope it was just amazing for you. So, yeah. But thank you guys again for joining us tonight on episode 71 with Styles Haury. This dude's gonna have an amazing career, like I said. And just getting to know him today was, dude, I can't wait to have him back. So in 20 minutes, about 20 minutes, we're gonna be back between 8:20, 8:30, somewhere in there, on this same page. So normally we break here and we go to our after show on Patreon. Tonight we're gonna bring it right back here. So make sure you guys in like 20 minutes come back, grab you another drink. He has we're gonna do 4 more songs, dude, and one of them are really good. So make sure you guys come back. Well, not one of them, but they're all. One of them we're gonna talk about. The first one, wait till you hear it. It's called Busy Man. I cannot wait to talk about it and break it down with him before we get into it. But make sure you guys come back because it's gonna be a cool little sneak preview. We're gonna close with 2 amazing guests the next couple of weeks. And they're both doing the after show, and it's going to be a little sneak peek of what you guys are missing every week if you guys are not part of our Patreon after show. So take care. If we don't see you guys in 20 minutes, we'll see you guys next week. Another amazing show next week. See you guys later.
Podcast with Aaron Shriver is brought to you by Arlo Revolution. As we close the book on another chapter, remember, music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. Next week, Aaron connects more melodies and memories with other fans and the artists they love. Thanks for being a part of this musical journey, and we'll see you next time on the Gainin' Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Shriver.